In a world ravaged by destruction and decay, where once great cities now lay in ruins and twisted steel adorns the landscape like tombstones, I am Xander, chronicling the harrowing tale of a desolate world. Survivors have managed to restore pockets of electricity in this grim and toxic environment, where I find myself confined within the remains of an old fallout shelter, a haunting relic of the near-apocalyptic nuclear catastrophe that devastated mankind. Cybernetic abominations, the result of a malevolent artificial intelligence, now patrol the streets, their once human bodies enhanced with mechanical parts controlled by the malevolent AI that has overtaken their minds. The virus unleashed by the AI fuses human flesh with cybernetic components, transforming them into hybrids driven by a single purpose, the eradication of humanity. Trapped within the body and mind of a 14-year-old for countless lifetimes, my name is Xander, a being cursed since the last days of Atlantis, condemned to an unending cycle of survival and hardship. I record these words with the hope that one day, someone will uncover and comprehend the true historical narrative of our world. The shelter's walls bear witness to the experiences of those who sought solace within its confines before me. Amidst the colorful murals and graffiti, one can discern concealed messages and symbols, each fragment conveying a story of hope, despair, and resilience. A mural portraying a phoenix rising from the ashes symbolizes rebirth and renewal, while another depicts a field of sunflowers, epitomizing the enduring human spirit. Interspersed among the vibrant artwork are inscriptions in various languages, Latin, Greek, Chinese, left behind by a generation that understood the potency of words. Courage above all, proclaims one inscription in bold red letters, while another, scribed in elegant script, declares, even in darkness, there is light. These concealed messages within the colorful graffiti serve as beacons of guidance and hope for those who chance upon them. Seated with an ancient recording device, a relic of a once illustrious civilization, I am burdened by the weight of centuries. Quaverion, my mentor and pack leader, had always emphasized the importance of preserving history. As I reflect, I realize the imperative nature of his words. The world must know the struggles we faced, the battles we fought, and the relevance of our endeavors. Outside, the air is tainted with the stench of decay, accompanied by the distant echoes of conflict. The remaining survivors, living in constant fear, barter for sustenance, cling to remnants of old technology and seek solace in alliances. Strewn across the unforgiving landscape are remnants of a once promising artificial intelligence that has turned rogue, now employing robotic enforcers to hunt down the remaining humans. The world has become an ominous battleground, a manifestation of nightmares, where we are both saviors and monsters. As the guttural voices of scavengers echo through the vents above, I recognize that my time is running out. Thus, I pour this recording device with my story and that of Quaverion, a former slave-turned-warrior who transcended mentorship to become my brother and a symbol of resilience in our darkest hours. The cold metal of the voice recorder pressed against my palm, a stark contrast to the torrent of emotions it held. This wasn't your typical teenage diary. This was a testament, a desperate plea for a future humanity might never reach. A chronicle not just of Atlantis, but of everything that came after, the rise and fall of civilizations etched across the vast canvas of time. It all began with the curse, not mine, but my mother's. A vicious wolf, its hunger a constant specter in the moonlight, had become her waking terror. The trauma, they said, manifested in me. A twisted inheritance that froze my growth at the cusp of manhood, trapping me in a 14-year-old body. But unlike the monstrous beasts that haunted my mother's dreams, I yearned for something more. Legend spoke of a hidden chamber within the palace, one rumored to hold an artifact of immense power, a weathered stone wolf's head. Driven by an unseen force, I unearthed it from the dusty depths of the vault. Moonlight streamed through a hidden air vent, bathing the chamber in an ethereal glow. Heart pounding a frantic rhythm against my ribs, I didn't reach out to touch the wolf's head. But as I knelt before it, a surge of energy ripped through me, a primal awakening. Images flooded my mind, fangs dripping with saliva, claws tearing flesh, the raw power of the hunt. It wasn't just knowledge, it was a birthright. A guttural growl, a sound foreign to my throat, ripped from my lips. Agony ripped through me as my body contorted. There was no time for reverence, only the primal urge to transform. The cool stone floor scraped against my skin as bones realigned, lengthening with sickening pops. My clothes ripped apart in a shower of fabric as fur, the color of a young buck's coat, erupted from my skin. My fingernails extended into razor-sharp claws, glinting wickedly in the moonlight. My teeth grew into elongated fangs, dripping with a primal hunger. I was no longer a human, but a creature of raw power and primal instinct. The urge to hunt, a primal scream resonating in my skull, propelled me forward. With a burst of speed that defied logic, I launched myself through the hidden passage and into the cool night air. The city walls were breached, the sounds of battle echoing faintly. Driven by a deeper instinct, I raced towards the source of the chaos. Reaching the outskirts of Atlantis, I stumbled upon a scene of carnage. Pagan warriors clashed with Atlantean soldiers, the ground slick with blood. My enhanced senses picked up a ragged figure in the center of the fray. It was a man I didn't know, his once proud posture slumped, his movements sluggish. A sickening realization struck me: he was wounded, trapped within a circle of glowing wolfsbane, its malevolent magic sapping his strength. A savage blow from a pagan warrior sent the man crashing through the cursed circle and into the center of the wolfsbane field. A chorus of snarls erupted as a pack of dire wolves, much larger than their regular counterparts, lunged at him. He fought desperately, but the wolfsbane's curse weakened him. Blood slicked his form as the dire wolves tore at him. Instinct surged through me, overriding any lingering fear. A primal roar ripped from my throat, a sound unlike anything I'd ever heard myself utter. The dire wolves, startled by the sudden interruption, turned towards me. My howl echoed through the battlefield, a challenge and a warning. The dire wolves, sensing a new threat, hesitated. This gave the man a precious moment. He unleashed a raw, primal howl that echoed with the power of the awakened beast within him. The dire wolves, cowed by his sudden transformation, scattered into the night. The man lay still amidst the glowing wolfsbane, his breathing shallow and labored. As I watched, his fur began to mend itself at an impossible rate, the curse fueling his transformation. The once weakened warrior was becoming a monstrous wolf, his form rippling with raw power. My initial relief turned to concern as a tremor racked the man's body. A low growl escaped his throat before he slumped unconscious. With a surge of adrenaline, I raced towards him. Ignoring the lingering tendrils of the wolfsbane's magic, I scooped the man in my arms and dragged him away from the cursed circle, his transformed body heavy against me. He whimpered softly as I laid him down against a fallen tree trunk. Exhausted but fueled by a strange loyalty, I settled down beside him, keeping watch as the first rays of dawn painted the sky with streaks of orange. I waited, hoping against hope that the stranger would awaken. The weight of my newfound curse and the uncertainty of his fate pressed down on me, a heavy burden on my young shoulders. But as the first rays of dawn bathed the forest floor in a soft light, his eyelids fluttered open. They weren't the familiar blue eyes of any Atlantean I knew. These eyes glowed with an amber fire, a reflection of the monstrous wolf within. He rose to his feet, a creature of immense power, towering over me. My heart hammered against my ribs, every instinct screaming at me to run. But something held me rooted to the spot, a strange mix of fear and a nascent hope. A low growl rumbled in his throat, a question hanging heavy in the air. Did he see me as prey, or perhaps, an unlikely ally? The answer would determine not just his fate, but mine as well. The rising sun cast long shadows across the battlefield, painting an uncertain future on the horizon.